Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video. Something I kind of wanted to do just for a video says sake, uh, as far as like making it, and wanting to make a video form of this little note thing that I wrote up a while ago. It's kind of my take on like suicide, and you know how I kind of look at things in my life, and issues I got going on. Um, I'm not too sure how well this is gonna turn out, but you know I don't know. It's like I wrote this because I was having a hard time sleeping well one night, and like I felt I just had to like get it out or write on something. So I wrote up this whole note. I ended up sharing on Facebook. I don't think anyone really read it because it was so long. So hopefully this video might spark some type of interest, or you might listen to it. But anyways, okay, here I go with reading it. I say that so nervously. And I'm gonna read this word for word because like I'm not gonna like edit things out, or say like this little sentence is pointless, so I'm not gonna say that or whatever. I'm just gonna read it word for word as it is. Personal therapy session. I doubt anyone reads this, and to an extent, I feel it's good just to let this out, but also don't like sharing much of myself. I can get a bit pessimistic about aspects of my life. When I was in high school, I was hoping I'd have a high school sweetheart that I'd have and get married to, back when I believed in marriage, so I wouldn't have to deal with the awful dating world we have today. And part of that is I struggle with meeting new people because it's such a task for me to talk about things that don't matter. Even with video games, I have an extensive knowledge and interest in the hobby, but talking about them has become increasingly difficult as I find more interest behind the scenes of how a game is put together and the business side of it. There was a podcast I was while watching in, I don't know, sorry. There was a podcast I was watching, and it was talking about the increase of suicides from men, and it went on saying, sorry, I'm not messing with my iPad. And it went on saying that a lot of men don't have a purpose, and that's something we need to feel, and that's something we need to feel valuable in the world. Having someone in our lives that tell us, I need you, is very powerful. I started thinking that I'm also one of those men who don't have a purpose, and considering that there's some people who have so much more than I do, but still choose suicide, is surprising to me that I am still holding on. But I think much of that is because I try to keep my mind occupied, always learning, always taking in new information, or just being focused on something, so I don't give my brain a chance to think about the reality of my life, because it gets quite dark. As of now, I'm thinking I really wish I had a purpose to be living. Primarily having a life partner and a child. People who need me, and remember I was very against having a kid. People who need me, and I remember I was very against having a kid up until probably 2018, because that's when my mindset really changed, and I started to focus on finances, and I feel I've learned so much that I can teach to my child, that they'll have an excellent start to adulthood. I have a coworker currently that I spoke to him about his kids. I have a coworker currently that I spoke to him about his kids recently, and the way he talks about raising them is very similar to the way I want to care for and raise my kids. It makes me envious of fathers who are fully involved in their kids' lives with the mother as well. Kids that have both biological parents raising them in a happy and healthy household have the best chance to a successful life as an adult. I was in attendance to see a speech given by Jordan Peterson back in 2019, and when he got into talking about family and children, and he started to get emotional, that really hit me rather deep, that there are people that care about their children that much. I feel like with social media, where we're exposed to so much degeneracy, and we're told that there's so many deadbeat fathers and parents who see their kids as a nuisance, that we forget that there are people who truly, deeply care, and because of that, it also makes it difficult to find good partners. For me, I have trust issues where I believe I am being lied to quite often, even to the point where at work I've had several instances where my higher-ups would tell me something to help me out or bring me to a higher position in the company or whatever, and I get frustrated when it doesn't happen, and I just wish that they would not tell me at all, and if/when it happens, then it happens. Also, I've had times where I was being trained and felt like I was being sabotaged by not being trained properly or being told I can do things that would get me into a mess of trouble. Much of that, I'm sure, comes from childhood trauma, and I've been cheated on a few times, so in my experience, it's very hard to tell when someone is being honest, genuine, and truthful with me. It probably doesn't help much either that I live in LA, where many people are all about themselves and they'll use others to get where they want to be. I've had a few coworkers that I was cool with, but after leaving those jobs, it's like we don't even know each other. One of them, we were cool at work and could talk about many different topics. He invited me out to some group lunch before, and I even invited him to a Lakers game. After that job, there was zero contact. Another one was very kind, and she asked how I was doing and had helped me out with a few things. I asked if we could hang out sometime, and she had all these excuses not to. And we even had one conversation of so many people being closed-minded, and she told me that many of her friends claim to be open-minded, but took a moment to think about it and realized that they are actually closed-minded. And I feel the same can be said about her. Another I worked with for about a year and a half, and he was always cool. We would have many discussions and debates on various things. We didn't agree on everything, but we got along very well at work. He moved on to a different position, and we barely spoke. I left the company, and he's hit me up twice asking about how I'm doing. But this second time, I told him that my current job is going pretty well, and it seems to have a lot of opportunity, and he just didn't reply after that. Like, apparently he's bothered that I'm doing well and was hoping to hear that I'd be struggling. Obviously, there's no definitive proof, but no definitive proof. That's what he thinks, but like, it just comes off odd to me that someone checks up on you and say you're doing great, then they have nothing to say. Been trying to fall asleep for like an hour, and all these things coming to my mind is keeping me up. Wanting to get some of these things from my brain to a screen, I guess. And that's basically all of it. Originally that was about suicide, but like, I think most of it ended up being about trust issues, but because I kind of ended up like just like talking about like random shit of like why I am the way I am, I guess. Like, there is that thing of like people being suicidal and whatnot because they don't have people around them, and then I go on saying that like I have these trust issues, and that's basically why I don't have people around me, because it's like I know the reason I don't trust people. It's hard to trust people, and it's like even going on now, it's like that there's some people I want to be close with, but I don't I, again, it's just hard to trust people. It sounds like I get the sense that the like they that I'm hard to be around, I guess. And there's just weird things. It's like I'm always in my head. Um, and again, that's also why I said I try to keep my mind occupied. It's like I always try to watch like YouTube videos. I listen to podcasts and read books sometimes. And it's like these are just things that like I try to keep myself busy, so I'm not thinking about like my life and how I'm unhappy with it. Kind of, it's like my life is kind of weird right now. I'd say overall my life is like really good. It's just the one aspect of it is my social life that is severely lacking, and I think that's a huge detriment on the overall picture of everything going on. Because like I said the whole thing of like some people or some men having a reason to live is because they have people around them that need them. I've distanced myself from most people because a lot of them use me, and a lot of them are very I don't know, wishy-washy, I guess. It's like they're cool one day, then not so much the next. Um, because it's also strange. I've had people from my past hit me up, and then we were talking for a bit, and then all of a sudden they just like disappear. So I don't know what's up with that. But at the same time, I think I did kind of push them away because the thing about that was I'm very much over my old life of like how I used to be, and I'm trying to like move on. So it's like people from my past try to kind of come back in, and it's like, I was like, I don't want them to know me now where I'm doing good, but because they didn't accept me back then. Uh, and I actually thinking about it now, I wonder if that's kind of just like hurting me overall because like it's possible maybe they did want to kind of come back in my life, and maybe I could have took them in, and maybe then things would have worked out in some type of way. But it's like at the same time, I'm trying to push myself to succeed without having to rely on the past, if that makes sense. It's like I just look down on my past so much that like I don't want any involvement with it at all. It's like I want to be this whole new person, and which is also a challenge because I use a lot of my past to push me forward. There's this thing of like where one of my mom's boyfriends back then would like yell at me in my face, telling me that like I wasn't gonna be shit. I'm not gonna do shit with my life. I'm not gonna make it, and I kind of hold on to that because that pushes me to move on. But that's also pushed me to an extreme level where like I did move across the country to get away from any type of like safety net as far as relying on other people, because everyone I know is on the East Coast. I'm here in LA, and it's like if something happens where I can't manage on my own, then like I am completely screwed. Um, Earlier this year, I actually lost my old job. Well, I kind of pushed myself out of it because I was just like I was over it, so I was like kind of being an asshole to people around work and whatnot, and I end up losing that job. I don't know if losing is the right word. It's like, again, I kind of pushed myself out because I didn't want to be there anymore. But I was so confident that like I'd instantly get another job pretty quickly. I think I ended up going 3 or 4 months without a job, and I was kind of like panicking quite a bit. Um, just because I was living off of like, yeah, you know, what I had saved up and whatnot. I ended up having to sell some of my stocks and whatnot to like get by, and it's like it's kind of fucked up because like I ended up selling my stocks like probably just a few days before I started my new job, and everything I think of this job has been working out really good. So it's like things are just like getting better, and it's like you kind of don't expect it, and again, with the whole suicide thing, it sounds like I just saw another friend that I've been friends with for like years, say something about like suicide, and I was trying to tell him that it's like you may be feeling very low right now, but it's like you never know what tomorrow holds, and for a perfect example for me is that like just like how I was let go and I was out of a job for three or 4 months. I found this new job is paying better and it has much more opportunities that like I'm most likely gonna be doing so much better than if I stayed at that old job. I kind of feel it's fucked up that like I end up talking mostly about myself and like some other issues, but it's like yeah, suicide in general. The main cause of it, or one of the main reasons a lot of people commit suicide is because they don't really have people in their lives, and I struggle with that as well. But I don't know. I still kind of question what. Well, I may have answered that already, because you never know what tomorrow holds. So it's like something could always come up, and I think that's what's keeping me going, is just holding on to hope. And it's funny. I have a video of God of War, of a quote of Pandora saying what was it? It was like hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost. And it's like that quote is like very, very powerful. And I have like so many people that like love that video, and it's one of the reasons why I ended up saving it on my other channel, because it is very intense. It is what we fight with when all else is lost. Oh my God. Yeah, getting a little bit teary-eyed from that, but it's true. So I was like, you just have to have hope for the best, hope that tomorrow is better than yesterday, or hope tomorrow is better than today, or something like that. Hope that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. And thank you for listening. If you got all the way through, I appreciate you guys.